I'll begin by reading the proclamation declaring Family Court Awareness Month, and welcome to Heather Twigg, who will be accepting. Whereas 2020 was the inaugural Family Court Awareness Month in this country, and this November is an excellent opportunity for Rockville, Maryland to demonstrate our support by recognizing the importance of a family court system that prioritizes child safety and that acts in the best interest of children. Whereas over the past 12 years, 758 children were murdered by a separating or divorcing parent, which brought family and domestic crises to light. And whereas many families in our communities are struggling in silence and facing the reality that child safety is not being prioritized, as the family court system lacks the proper training on domestic violence, childhood trauma, and post-separation abuse. And whereas it is disheartening to know that many states do not have domestic violence training requirements prior to a judicial officer presiding over family court cases, and this can have an adverse effect on the fate of innocent children. And whereas major domestic violence studies have shown that overwhelmingly, judges favored abusive men over battered women in custody cases, mothers who accuse their partners of abuse can be seen as the less cooperative parent in custody and visitation cases, because they can be seen as not facilitating a relationship between father and child, a relationship the court sees as important to a child's development. Whereas a study commissioned by the Department of Justice to investigate how well court professionals, especially evaluators, respond to domestic violence cases and confirms the validity of complaints that mothers are treated more harshly in custody cases. And whereas domestic violence is its own specialty and qualifications to be considered an expert in this mental health field or as a family law attorney do not necessarily include competence in assessing the presence of domestic violence, its impact on those directly and indirectly affected by it, or its implications for parenting by each party. Whereas the goal for Family Court Awareness Month 2021 is to shine a spotlight on solutions, such as the research currently available, and bringing awareness to long-standing problems in our court system. Now, therefore, the Mayor and Council of the City of Rockville do hereby proclaim November as Family Court Awareness Month in the City of Rockville, and we urge communities to advocate for and show support to families going through crises.
Move the proclamation.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor, please raise your hand. It is unanimous. Thank you, Ms. Twigg, for bringing this to us, and to Tina Swithin as well. So thank you.
Thank you. My name is Heather Twigg. I'm here on behalf of Tina, and I currently reside in Allegheny County. I actually grew up in Howard County, not too far from you guys, and this is just a really important step towards changing the court system for our children. And to share a little bit about Tina, 12 years ago, she entered the family court system naively believing that child safety was prioritized, and that is not what is happening in our family court system today. We know that domestic violence is about power and control. The desire to maintain power and control doesn't mysteriously vanish when the relationship ends. It transitions into post-separation abuse, and the family court system becomes the platform, and the children, unfortunately, become the pawns. Most family court judges have no training in domestic violence or trauma, and our children's lives are literally dependent on the courts becoming educated on these issues. Our goal is to shine a spotlight on the empirical research, and data is available on these topics, but it is not being utilized. We believe that the first step towards change is awareness, and I'm very grateful to Rockville for joining the list of almost 200 cities, counties, and states that have proclaimed November as Family Court Awareness Month. And thank you so much for standing with us to recognize the importance of a court system that prioritizes child safety. Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much.